Mr. Right, but he is certainly Mr.
The
Smooth.
Blue Jays will be without starter.
We're going to explore the effects of solar storms on our planet and how we can prepare for them. Ready to uncover this cosmic danger? Let's get started. A few days ago, millions of tons of superheated gas erupted from the surface of the Sun, hurtling toward Earth at 90 million miles per hour. This event is known as a coronal mass ejection. Coronal mass ejections are massive bursts of solar wind and magnetic fields rising above the solar corona or being released into space. Although this particular event wasn't exceptionally powerful on the space weather scale, it did trigger one of the strongest geomagnetic storms seen in years when it struck Earth's magnetic field. Luckily, this time, there was minimal disruption, and most of us didn't even notice. But this event serves as a wake-up call that the Sun is awakening from its years-long slumber. So what does this mean? How can solar activities affect our technological systems and daily lives here on Earth? Invisible and harmless? The geomagnetic waves released by solar storms are invisible and harmless to everyone on Earth's surface. However, they can significantly disrupt our technological infrastructure. For instance, they can interfere with power grids, disrupt radio communications, expose airline crew to dangerous levels of radiation, and knock critical satellites out of alignment. Last year, the Sun entered a new 11-year cycle, expected to peak in 2025. This raises the specter of powerful space weather wreaking havoc in a world increasingly dependent on technology. Powerful solar storms in history. Looking back at the historical impacts of solar storms, we see how serious these events can be. In 1989, a solar storm over Quebec caused a 9-hour blackout across the province, leading to significant economic and social disruption. A 2017 article by the American Geophysical Union projected that severe space weather could affect up to 66% of the U.S. population, with daily economic losses reaching $41.5 billion. During Hurricane Irma in 2017, a solar storm caused amateur radios to go silent. In 2015, solar storms knocked out GPS systems in the northeastern U.S., which is particularly concerning given the rise of autonomous vehicles and other navigation-dependent technologies. Solar storms also pose serious health risks to airline pilots and crew. During these storms, pilots are at a higher risk of developing cataracts, and there have been observed increases in miscarriage rates among female crew members. Protection and preparedness efforts. The Obama administration developed strategies to raise awareness about the dangers of major solar storms and assess their risks. These strategies aim to protect critical infrastructure and minimize potential impacts. Subsequently, the Trump administration signed the Pro-SWIFT bill to improve the technology for forecasting and measuring space weather events. Scientists have differing opinions on how much we can protect the planet's infrastructure from solar storms. Steps such as using non-magnetic steel in transformers and adding more surge protectors to the grid can increase resilience. However, the best defense against disaster might ultimately be better forecasting. A new model, developed by the University of Michigan, is set to go online within weeks to help improve Earth-directed forecasts. Additionally, in the UK, National Grid has increased its supply of spare transformers and conducts regular drills to prepare for major space weather events. The US and UK have built space weather forecasting centers that provide daily outlooks for those threatened by solar flares, including airlines, power grids, and satellite operators. While ground-based observers can see explosive storms on the Sun, they can't determine the full strength of the threat until the eruption reaches a series of satellites about 1 million miles from Earth. At that point, we have only 60 to 90 minutes before it hits. Future threats and preparations. Solar storms originate from an 11-year cycle during which the Sun's magnetic field flips its poles. The magnetic forces at work on the Sun get tangled during this process, sometimes puncturing the surface and sending plasma into space, which can trigger storms on Earth. The strongest geomagnetic storm ever recorded, known as the Carrington Event of 1859, caused telegraph lines to spark, operators to be shocked, and offices across North America and Europe to catch fire. If a storm of that magnitude were to hit today, it could likely cause power outages for millions, if not billions, of people. Governments in the US and Canada are taking various steps to prepare for such an event. Just as utilities prepare for severe weather by staging repair crews nearby, similar measures can be taken ahead of a solar storm. Olson, the Director of Reliability Assessment at the North American Electric Reliability Corp. Darkine, says there is potential for voltage instability across large areas. As with terrestrial weather events, situational awareness is key here. In conclusion, solar storms are mysterious and powerful events. Technological advances have enabled us to better predict and prepare for these storms, but we must always remain vigilant. I hope this video has provided you with valuable insights into the potential dangers of solar storms. See you in the next video. Stay safe and keep exploring the mysteries of space. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. We look forward to reading your comments.